Good morning. Hello, everyone, and good morning. This is Sue from Sue's Paper Creations, and I am coming to you live from my craft room very early in the morning. It is just after 6:30 in the morning, but I wanted to make sure that I got in my day 2 live of 25 days of creating live. So today is day 2, and I'm sure that some of you, when you wake up, you will see this and you will be watching, because if you're on the West Coast like me, you're probably still sleeping. But if you're on the East Coast, you could be up and about. I want to welcome you here, and I am excited to create a second card using the party dies. So I started everything off. Good morning. See, Linda's awake this morning. Good morning, Linda. So I started off the first day of 25 days using the party dies. I used the banners, the party banners, and the party alphabet. And I wanted to continue on and do another card with the fabulous big letters. I love them. They are larger, so you can only fit, if you're doing a card, you can only fit a couple words on there. I'm going to maybe do a slimline card sometime this week, which of course you'll be able to fit a little bit more on your cards, and they look very cool in a slimline card. So I will be sharing that with you later this week. But I want to welcome you here this morning. Good morning. Hope you have a great day. And I wanted to fit this in. I'm headed off to work, so I'm going to do a quick little card for you, and then I got to head off to work. So usually on a Tuesday, usually on a Tuesday I go live in the evening, but tonight I've got a little social with my Stamp It Canadian team, and I'm excited to create with them tonight at 6. So I wanted to be able to create with all of you as well today. So you get me bright and early in the morning, and hopefully this will inspire you to get into your craft room today, because I have a challenge for my second giveaway. So you will see that posted shortly, and it is going to involve some scraps. So for today's challenge, and again, you'll see this post a little bit later. Good morning, everyone. I am going to challenge you to dive into your bucket of scraps, little die pieces, extra die cut pieces, maybe some greetings you already have stamped, whatever it may be, and just create something with your scraps. I have found, and I do it all the time, especially when I'm not quite sure what I want to make, I will start off my creativity by grabbing some scraps, and it makes you use what you've got, which challenges the color combination. You come up with new layouts, new color combos, and you'll be surprised by the end of your creating what a fabulous card you have made with your scraps. So that is going to be your challenge today, and you'll see a post for it. Okay, so let's head on down to my craft space, and there we go. This card is for you. So I am going to be creating using the party dies. These are the party letters. I've got half of the alphabet sitting here with me. So they are larger letter dies. I will show you quickly the card from yesterday. If you didn't see it live, I'm going to be posting a picture of it, but you can also watch the replay. This one uses the Turtley Cute Designer Series paper. I just cut the critters right out of the paper and did a little happy birthday. The huge banners, there's like 14 different sizes, and this is not the largest. The largest one is 7 by 5.5. They're fantastic, and they go right down to like 1.25 by 2, I think. So huge variety of different sizes, but this is one that we created a banner card last night. So you may be out, you'll Well, you will be able to still catch that. And so I wanted to do another one with some words, okay? Some letters on it. I did create a second turtle card, and I will post the photos of that one, another banner one. It turned out pretty cute too. Okay, so I started off by taking just a, let's see here, I think this is a 4. I get out my ruler. Good morning. See, Margaret's up early with me. She's a West Coast lady. 5 1/4 by 4. And I went and got some beautiful papers. It is actually the papers that are featured on the front of our catalog here. They are beautiful, and I really do love this house suite. So I'm going to be using it, the papers for today, and I think that you guys are really, really going to love how this turns out. Yeah, it's pretty. So what I did was I started off, I grabbed 2 of the sheets and I stacked them on top of each other, as you can see here. And I ran them through my die cut machine. You're going to see the other pattern. There it is. And we are going to create one card here live. I am going to post the second card that I create with this. I will post it tomorrow. I'll get it done tonight and post it tomorrow. But I started by just cutting you out of the designer series paper, and I did stack them because I wanted to have one as a base and one with a second one with the same letters but a different pattern, a more solid pattern. And we're going to play with this, and I'm going to bring in a cute little greeting, and it's going to be quite a quick card today. Okay, so I just have to decide if I want my letters to be flowers today or my letters to be, let's see here, I think I'm going to go with the letters that are flowers. I think that's cute. So I will do this one a little bit later today. When you do stack 2 pieces of pattern paper and cut them out, you end up with 2 sets of dies, and that is what you want, because then you can go ahead and you can actually create 2 cards. You can do the opposite, so I will do one and put it together, and it will be the opposite with the more solid letters. But aren't these beautiful? These papers are so pretty. So I'm going to take, I need my O, my solid O, you see. So I got to switch it up for the O because I got to fill it in. And I'm going to get these ones out of the way. So those will be for my next creation. They will be my scraps, you see. So I will create a card with those scraps. Okay, so I'm going to bring in, now that I've got my letters cut out of this pretty paper, I am going to just pop them aside, and I'm going to do a little greeting using a masking technique that I sometimes use if I don't want to have all of the actual words in a greeting. You'll see why in a second. Okay, so for a greeting, I wanted to do something that goes with you, right? So this one I'm going to attempt to mask off. This says you, I got it from Happy Hibiscus. This is one of my favorite greetings. It says, you make me smile. So because we already have the you on the card, I am going to try and just stamp the make me smile. So the card is going to have the big U on it. Then we're going to do the make me smile. Okay, that is the plan. So to do that, you can do it a couple different ways. You can either use your Stampin' Write markers, and you can just color on the actual stamp. Maybe I will try that first. Let me just grab it. Let's see what I've got for colors. Let's see. Okay. Trying to pick colors out of the papers here. Let's try a little pink. We'll do a bright pink here. Okay. So you can just take your Stampin' Write markers, and Stampin' Write markers are made from the same ink that are your ink pads. They're just in a marker form. So you can actually use your markers and you can just color in the words that you want from your stamp. Or if you wanted to do multiple colors, you could then take a different color and you could color the U. I'm going to just breathe on the stamp a bit because the ink dries very quickly and I don't want it to dry before I hit it, because as I'm coloring, one part of the word would be darker than the other. So I'm just going to do that and we're going to see how this works. Okay, so you can see there is the Make Me Smile. That turned out quite nicely actually. I'm going to show you a second way just so that you have it. I want to get a little bit more of the M in the make. Okay. So just a little bit. Now, when you're using your Stampin' Write markers, do not go straight on the tip. You will end up destroying that tip of your marker. I always do it from the side. Okay. Let's try one more go here. See if it's a little bit stronger. There we go. That's perfect. So I am going to do a little cut of that, but another way you can do it is with your trusty Scotch tape. This is a little bit trickier with this one because the Y, and I don't have my glasses on and this is clear. Let's see if I can even do this today. And my eyes are still waking up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put tape over the U. Can you see that? I'm actually putting tape over the Y. And then I'm going to go this way and I'm going to cover up the U. Now, like I said, my eyes are not quite, I'm having a hard time seeing that. And you probably are too. I think I've got it. So what I did was I ended up putting tape just over the U. Okay, so this is a second way in which you can mask off or just get some greetings on your stamp. Okay, now you can see where that tape is. See that? Now what I'm going to do, I've got it all inked up, is I'm actually going to pull off the tape like so. See? And then it leaves that word uninked. Okay? Then, when you go to stamp it, again, all you've got is the Make Me Smile. Okay? So you can do it two different ways, depending. This one is a little bit darker. I'm going to go with that for this card. But it's a way that you can get bits and pieces out of your greetings, which is nice. Okay, another way you can use it is, say you have a long, skinny happy birthday, and you want to do two different colors, and maybe you want to mask it off and put like happy and then birthday in a different place on the card so that the two words are separated. You could mask off each word so that you could stamp them, the happy and you could birthday, you could stamp separately and put them where you want on your project. So you're not doing them together. Okay, I hope that makes sense without without actually showing you, but just another way you can mask off greetings and get out of them what you like. Okay. Okay, so let me just, one that I will sometimes use is if I have a greeting stamp that says maybe like Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I just want one or the other, then I will mask it off. Okay, so there is the Make Me Smile. Isn't that cute? Now, that is a great, great question, Karen. I have actually not, oh, there's some more people joining in. I have not posted the link and the registration for September yet. August has already gone out into the mail. For those of you that registered for my monthly class, you may have seen all the fun I was having getting everything ready for that class. Lots and lots of pieces. For the month of, I'm going to put this just like this. Now, do I want it popped out? I'm going to do this a little bit. Let's see. Nope, I'm going to put this and I'm going to pop out the words, I think. Yeah. So I will do the opposite. You can do two different things, okay? You can either glue this down flat and then you can pop out your words, or you can pop out this whole piece and then drop your words in so they are sitting in behind. See that? So I think I'm going to do that for the next one, but I want the flowers to pop. So I am going to, because this is a more solid, I'm going to do the flowers up. But when I have the busy pattern of this, I'm going to drop the darker letters down in, and you will see how to do that. Okay. Yeah, cut two at once. It's such a thin piece of paper. Oh, look at that pretty one. That's beautiful too. Might have to try it with that pattern. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to glue this down, and that way I can also add maybe a little bit of twine or a little tiny bit of ribbon in behind the letters that I pop up. So I'm going to put this down first. And I like to mat it with a little bit of white just to make the pattern pop a little bit. And then I'm going to pop this down. I was looking for my adhesive strips. You can get adhesive that is in long, skinny strips, which work perfect for these letters, or popping up a base like this. But I now recall that I did quite a few shaker cards quite a while back, and I ended up using the last of my adhesive strips. So that is going to go on my list for free shipping, which starts tomorrow. So I'm going to grab that along with a few other things I got to stock up on. Now, let me just have a look here. I think I want something, a different color for my ribbon. I'm just going to grab something. Maybe I've got a little bit of twine that will work. I think I did have me and my twine bucket. Let's see. I do have this pink. Let's see if that'll work. That'll be quite pretty. I'm just going to use this. Use what I've got here. Okay. I'm going to wrap this around now. So now is when you want to add any ribbon or twine that you want on your card. Before you pop up your letters, because you can pop it in behind, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to leave enough for a bit of a bow just off the side of the Y, and I'm going to wrap that around. It's just going to add a little bit more of an element to the card. This is going to be so cute. And like I said, this is one of my favorite greetings. I pull it out of this hibiscus, happy hibiscus stamp set all the time, just to create just a cute card that you can give to anybody, right? Just because they make you smile. You have those people in your life that they just make you smile all the time, and you always have fun whenever you get together, right? So I'm going to go like that. Do I want that? I'm going to pull it together. I'm going to wrap it around there before I tie my bow. Now the question is, did I leave enough twine to actually do a bow? We're going to find out. See if these fingers are awake enough this morning. Huh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so there is a little tiny bow that is going to be in behind, coming up on the side of my Y when I pop it out. Love it. Okay, that's going to be perfect. Just a little element, because this is going to be, it goes together quite easy once you get everything down. Now this is going to have to slip in behind here, but I want to make sure that I get it in like the right spot. So I'm just going to play with it here for a sec. I think that'll be about perfect. And then what I'm going to do, because I don't want to set it in kind of permanently yet, I'm going to place it there and let it float. You know how I like to let my pieces float that are on the green glue? Well, I line up and then I can adjust it. Normally, if I didn't have the ribbon, then I could actually pop this letter out and then I would drop that circle, the center of it, down in behind. But because I have the twine there, I want to arrange that ahead of time. So that's perfect. Got to fill that in. And then I'm going to grab my dimensionals here. Let's see, that sheet is done. Other things to add to my stock up list. So if you are, there they are, if you are on the West Coast like me, the free shipping actually starts at 11 p.m. tonight, okay, because it's midnight Mountain Time, which is 11 o'clock here. So I will see if I end up, the question will be, do I stay up late or do I get up early? I do work tomorrow again, so I'm thinking I'm going to get up early, but we'll see. Okay, tomorrow's live for our 25 days of lives will be tomorrow evening because I do work tomorrow as well. So you will see me go live with another project. Maybe I'll do another one. Maybe I'll do my slimline tomorrow using these great letters, or maybe I've got a couple ideas still with these party die bundle. Okay, there we go. Now they are, I'm not gonna lie, they are the most expensive bundle that we have right now. And they come with the, if you get the bundle, you get to save, of course, 10%. And they come with the, oh, I don't want my tail and my ribbon in here. I need my little, take my pick tool. I don't have it handy, so I'm going to go, I just have to, I wanted to have that tail out. There we go. So that's why if you do want to grab them, because they are definitely over the $100 mark, which is for free shipping, then you would at least save the shipping on them, which would save you about $17. And then you would earn about $17. You would earn $17 in rewards. So I'm going to add, because I do have some little spare pieces, I'm going to add just some fun little flowers here, there, and everywhere, like confetti. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And see, I'm starting you off, like I'm going to do the solid with, this is what I mean by doing scrap carding, because look at all the pieces that I have left over from the last week of creating. I've got all of these little flowers. I actually have a little bit of greenery too. Let's see. That actually looks kind of pretty, doesn't it? Tiny bit of greenery. Definitely add a little bit. I'm going to add some of these little flowers on here for sure. 1, 2. This is their strawberry slush, so there's just a little tone on tone, but they are adorable. I'm going to try cutting a whole bunch of them in some coordinating colors and doing a shaker card just with the little tiny flowers. I thought they'd be sweet. Okay, I don't think I need the greenery. We're going to leave the greenery. We're going to keep it pretty simple. Unless I add more greenery. No, I'm going to leave it simple today because I'm going to do a greeting over top. But 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's good because we have got all of the flowers on there. And I wanted to keep it fairly simple because I'm going to add some embellishments, and then I'm going to put the little make me smile. So it says you and then make me smile. Isn't that cute? I think it's so sweet. Okay, so I'm going to get out my little pieces of dimension because we are going to go across here. I'm just looking, these ones I'm going to glue straight to the letters, but this piece I need to just elevate it a little bit because the little dip with the L there is, this is where, see, the little tiny strips would work great. But I'm going to pop that in there like that. And I'm going to go like this and like this to attach it. And I'm going to span it across the U. Now you could do it down here, but I like it right across here. I think that's sweet to go right across the letters. There we go. And you have got a little U, make me smile, to start your day. Now I think maybe a little strawberry slush. Let's see. I think maybe a little strawberry slush gems on here would be very pretty. So I'm going to do some in the center of the flowers just to add some dimension. So I'm going to put them in all of there. So that's my little embellishments. Make those flowers sparkle a little bit. There. Come on, get into the center. There. That one's a little off because it's stacked, but that should be good. All right, so there's our little bit of bling on our flowers. And there is the U, which is popped up off of the card. If you really wanted to make it pop, you could actually stack your dimensionals so that they were too high, and then they would just pop off of the dies that much more. Okay, it is a quick, sweet little card. And there you go. You make me smile. So I hope you guys, I hope this made you smile. I hope that you have a great day. And yeah, hopefully you will get a chance to get into your craft room so you can see the dimension popping there a little bit more now that I've got it on an angle. But I am going to put together the other one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the whole panel, and I'm going to drop the solid letters, or this pattern here, down in behind all of the flowers. So I'll post that one tomorrow and you can see what it looks like in the reverse. And then maybe you can, I'll post them both and you can tell me which way you like it better. Okay? All right. Take care, everyone. I'm headed off to work. Have a great day. And like I said, watch, because I'm going to post in just a second here a little challenge for you today. In my 25 days of lives, I am also giving away 25 different gifts. So for each of my posts, if you drop in the comment, your challenge today is going to be to create, again, gather up some pieces in your craft room that are scraps and create a card and drop it in the comments. So you've got all day to do that. I'm going to do the draws like at the end of the week for the post this week, and then I will hand out prizes about every 5 days. Okay, so there'll be 5 draws of 5 different prizes. Okay, one for each day. All right, take care, and just gonna go on here, say goodbye, have a great day. Hopefully it's a crafty one, and I will see you tomorrow evening. I will see you live. In the meantime though, have fun with your scraps, and I can't wait to see what you make. Bye for now. Have a good day.